Hello. Yahoo. Oh my god. Hold on. Setting everything up. Not last minute or anything. I promise I was setting up early today. I ordered food because I had a kind of lame day, to be honest. Um, Pretty lame day. But I have food now. So I figure I'd eat in the app for a bit before I start playing. Yeah, hopefully your day is going better than mine. But I think a bit of stream will cheer me up a little bit. I'm really excited to play this game. I'm very excited to see what's happening in it. So, but I'm gonna eat first. I'm just gonna eat. I'm pretty excited. Actually, I'm still waiting for a package to show up today. Because I bought sticker paper. Because my laminator came in, and I have been making my photo cards for the anime convention I'm tabling at in May. I'm gonna test making stickers. I am eating fast food. I ordered in today because I didn't want to go to the groceries. Tomorrow's a new day. Maybe tomorrow I will cook. I'll get groceries. But for now we've got fast food. There are chicken nuggets involved, and it's very yummy. I was actually supposed to do a lot today, but I just spent a lot of time thinking about life. Maybe that's silly. Yeah, sorry. I just been thinking a lot about how hard it is to live these days. Things are just so expensive, and nobody has money, and nobody wants to work for a living anymore. And I mean, I don't hate my day job, but it's hard to find the motivation to do anything these days. Which sucks. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I think a lot of people kind of feel the same way these days. That's just, things are hard, and it doesn't feel like it's ever gonna get any easier. But, I mean, we ball. I'm still doing my best, and that's all I can do, really. Oh yeah, do not fret. I go to therapy, and I work a lot on myself, but I try to show up the streams cheerful, you know? But we can't always be super cheerful. I don't want to be real. But streaming makes me happy. I think it's fun. I just like to share myself playing games. So, I'm hoping this cheers me up a little bit. Because like I said, I'm really excited to continue this game. And see what's happening. I have so many questions. And stuff. So, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to just read for a few hours and chill. We gotta take our W's where we can. And sometimes it's hard. Like, sometimes it's hard to look on the bright side, but like I said, I'm doing my best. And I think that's the most anyone can do. Really. All we can do is our best. So. To be honest, eating is already cheering me up. I was probably hungry. I did have lunch earlier. I made some hot dogs. And an omelet. It was really good. And I was gonna do the same for dinner. I was just gonna have like breakfast for dinner again, but the thought of like going to go do groceries was just a little too much for me right now. So yeah, like I said, yeah, no, I agree. We can always be better, and we should always strive to be better. And I'm always trying to strive to be better. You know, I am a firm believer of not remaining stagnant as a person. I just want to pursue joy in life and pursue things that improve me as a person, improve my life as a person. It's just, sometimes there are obstacles in your way that are things that you can't control. And the hard pill to swallow, I guess, is that, like, you have to accept the things you can't control and work with it. Maybe this is all very silly to talk about while I have really loud trumpet music playing in the background. But I think that as long as you're doing your best every day, that's what matters. Just keep your head above water, do your best every day, and eventually you'll find that the water won't be so deep anymore. Or at least that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping someday I'll wake up and the water will be shallow enough for me to walk to shore. God, I love chicken nuggets. So yummy. These are little pockets of joy. Like I said, I do have a package that's supposed to be showing up at some point today. I'll be very sad if it doesn't show up, to be honest, but it is what it is. I kind of understand, though, you know, why people are scared of, like, talking about their problems. It's not easy to be vulnerable. And I definitely struggle with being vulnerable and asking for help. But I also, like, try not to pretend when I'm not feeling great. So, I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, not being cheerful all the time. So. Okay. I'm almost done eating. I promise. And we can start to play. I'm trying to remember what we did last time. I think we were following the detectives. They like are about to run into Richter and Hydra. In like the alleyway. So that's gonna be super interesting. Or we saw it happen already from like Hattera's POV. But now we have to see it from the cops' POV. So I think that's about to happen. Okay. Yum. I've consumed my food. Let's do this shit. Okay, where do we go first? Let's go to the school first, actually. Oh my god. I feel so alive now that I've eaten. Alright, let's do this. I have a drink. So hopefully I should be able to last a little bit longer today in terms of like reading out loud. Because I don't have plans tonight, so I wanna get through a lot of this game while I can. Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course, where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Oh, right. Speaking of schools, what is it? You said paranormal affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. Oh, Mahjong yesterday was fun. I was getting my ass beat, but not every Mahjong session is, you know, lucky and full of wins. I'll play Mahjong again this week, you'll see. And we'll hope that, my luck is better that time. When'd you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout the area. I wonder if this... Oh, okay. It's the same line. Let's see. Can we look around? 9 a.m. A perfectly reasonable time for students to be at school. And yet, I doubt this will be that simple. The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. The news of... Oh, I already read that. The school gates will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. Komagata High Gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Is there no one else I can talk to? Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink! He's so silly. Okay, I don't think there's anything here. Let's go to the other spot. Near the Shiraishi household. It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone? Edio is checking the Shiraishi house at the end of the road. The street's real narrow, so two big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs. Alright, I'll go check the house. So, the Shiraishi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. Okay, that's the same dialogue again. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everyone decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. Okay. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox. Suspend? What does that mean? Edio looks kind of disappointed. Not much we can do if they're not home. Let's go somewhere else for now. What's the suspend for? You cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation has changed, select resume to try again. Oh, okay. I think I need to go back. Oh, I can't go back there. Here, I guess? Summary of previous events. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. Okay, let's go. Let's go here first. Yaku Sakazaki, 9 a.m. Sennoya. And so, Mio Kurusuzu and Yaku Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Damn, what the heck? How come I can't go to any of these? Hello? Can I go back here? I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. I'm pretty sure I read all of this already. Welcome back. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled, since they don't know about curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. I think I already inquired. The students are bound to know more about Michio. Well, if you change your mind, just let me know. 2 people have died, a teacher named Kohei Jonouchi and a student, Michio Shiraishi. Is there anything else to be gained here? Okay, I guess I do need to make him talk to the students again. I actually haven't looked up to see if there are different endings. I figured I'd look it up after I get, like, after I hit credits once. I'll probably go check. So for now, I don't really know. I'm back, ma'am. So what did you learn? Oh my god. That school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonouchi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonouchi. Really? The story's got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. Okay, I have read this. Can't imagine the students are uneasy after learning about the murder. It made them want to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. Okay. I read all of this already. Oh yeah. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people are around, the better we can blend in. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. He appears to be wary of those police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. I went here already. I already did those, so I'm gonna go here. How did it go? I went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home. However, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. It's a bit quiet over here. It is a residential area after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Oh, I did read this. Okay. I read this. I've never liked these messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose the detective is used to this kind of thing, always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it. The Shiraishis were dealt a tough hand. I can't imagine what it was like. Could it be the girl was forced by her circumstances to take part in the kidnapping? Do I have to go to the other places again? I guess so. I already read all of this, so I'm gonna skip the text. that. Okay. Let's go elsewhere, so we're gonna go here. I already read this text the last time that I was streaming this game, so I am trying to figure out what I need to trigger the next part of the story. Okay, making me move again. Here. Okay, nothing changed here either, so let's go back here. I doubt anyone's still living there. Hmm? Oh, so he came here too? What is it? Okay, this is where I was before, but it cut me off. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? See, it's not letting me go to the next one. I wonder why. I wonder what I'm missing. What am I missing? I wonder if maybe... like, maybe it's something here? Like, what if... Is it gonna do the same text again? Yeah, it is. What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm sure I need to, like, trigger something. But I'm not sure what. Oh, shit, sick. Huh, oh, I didn't know the game would remember where I last went. Oh, I get it, because it's 9 a.m., so I needed the girls to be here too. Oh my gosh, the girls are here. Okay, let's talk to them. Huh? That's... Boss? What is it? You want to talk to those girls? Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Idio. Huh? What? Hey, aren't you... You must be the high school skirting the child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. Mr. Tsutsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I'd prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait. Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Ooh, yeah, like one of those places in Ginza? I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal. Right, boss? The girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said sushi? Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? You guys are so funny. You should do you should do stand-up. So, how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Hanjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. At least, that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach. You got 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me! Yako, the girl standing behind Mio. She does? Is she alright? We could take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then. Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school. You were here last night? Yes. You see... Huh. You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the Curse Echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. Somehow, we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The Curse Echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg. What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? It's the one-sided read, I think, right? Let me check. I'm gonna check just to make sure. The one-sided read. Yeah, he cut the arm and leg off one side of her body and threw her into the canal. The one-sided read. This is bad. Huh? What's so bad about that one? Right, the one-sided read is the one that Nejima has. You idiot! Think! The curse bearer of the one-sided read is Fumichika Nejima! He admitted it himself. That's his curse. Oh, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case, Nejima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What? Who's Nejima? No clue. So, Nejima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he's gonna massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get to your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So, just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? Well, as far as we know, there was us, Mr. Jonouchi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi. You mean Hitomi Okuda? Second year student? Well, yes. Why? Boss. So she was here last night. I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. Ah, I see. Don't worry, this is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yeah, she did actually. Ah, there's so much! Catch you up to the story. Right, well, so... the premise of this story is that last night somebody activated a thing called the Feast of Shadows, which set off a bunch of curses throughout the town. These curses are bound to like these different what's the word? Like, not fairy tales. What's the word? Like superstitions? Like these old folk tales, basically. Each of these folk tales have names and are connected to a curse. And everyone in like the location of where these curses happened like gained a curse stone. And this curse stone supposedly will like let them kill people if they meet certain conditions. The conditions are different for each curse stone. And if they kill people, they get soul dregs. And if they get enough soul dregs, it will let them resurrect somebody. So that's kind of the premise of what's happening. And in the middle of that, we have our cast of characters who are either trying to fulfill their own kind of goals. Some of them like want to use the rite of resurrection to resurrect someone that they lost. Some of them just want to investigate why this is happening at all, like who's behind all this and what's happening, and want to like stop any more people from dying. So there's like a bunch of mysteries that are going around, and all the characters kind of have different goals and motives. There's a lot happening. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Yes, apparently he asked her to look for another one just like it. One that Michio had. What kind of talismans could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, they must have been pretty important. Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. So these two in particular, this old guy on the left, and this other dude with the tie, they're cops, and they're trying to get all of the curse stones to stop them from being used to murder any more people. Some of the other characters, however, like, want to resurrect someone, but they don't necessarily need to collect the other curse stones. They just need to collect enough soul dregs. So there are different goals happening, but I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Well then, you think she would talk to Yoshimi's fiance? Haven't they met before? Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yeah, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying. Mayu Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay, I'd be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Oh, right. One more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not sure if he exists or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All of Paranormal Affairs' cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? That amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. If we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else? Apparently Hitomi saw Mr. Jonouchi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jonouchi? Are you sure it was really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Jonouchi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss, do you really think it could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because a paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Nejima was behind Jonouchi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? About this janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here? Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to the school though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him. I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of a proper rehabilitation, you see. Were you... No way! Edio, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Yes, right away. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No. That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it. Edio, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that. To think he was so close to us this whole time. Ugh, it gives me chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Am I about me? Oh, Princeling Gay is just my handle on Blue Sky. I bought a domain just so I could have the like .gay thing, you know, for fun, because I thought it would be fun. So, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Nejima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then, could it have been Old Man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building, too. What? You did? Yikes, good thing I didn't say anything. You might have gotten really lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. Oops. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it would help if I knew more about how the curses of these 7 mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to the crabby researcher guy. You mean Mr. Araishi? I would very much like to talk to him. Alright, he's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers. The cafe? Oh, Kurokyo Cafe in Kamizawa? Thanks. We'll head over there now. School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though. Don't worry about it. I'll allow it. Thank you. Huh? That's all it takes? There must be a mastermind behind everything, someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. Ah, I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Elio. Alright. Keep in mind, this is just a theory, though. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Uh-oh. Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? Uh-oh. Ah! Uh-oh. What the heck? Why? What's happening? Why is she freaking out? Hello? A van? Oh, hold on. A van? There's a young man in the driver's seat? In the passenger seat, a woman? Yako! Huh? Yes. Wait, was I... Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite a surprise, though. Yoshimi talked to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind, either. Right. Do you have any idea why Jonouchi was so scared of Michio? Well, about that. I'm not exactly sure how to put this, but... I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. Michio, what happened? So this is Yako Sakazaki. She was with Mio. Could she be a friend? Did Mio finally make a friend? If she did, it would do this old man's heart good. But I better not say that aloud. Don't want to make her look bad. Mio Kurosuzu. She's like a disciple of the Paranormal Affairs Chief. I've heard that she helps us out with investigations free of charge under the guise of training. Have I played Resident Evil? Oh, so I've never actually played a Resident Evil game myself, but I did, watch a handful of them. So I know about Resident Evil, decently, like the story at least. But I was planning on actually getting Resident Evil Requiem next week. And I was thinking of streaming it, actually. So, that might be fun. We'll see though, I'm not sure, but I might. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helped me out plenty while I was in Paranormal Affairs. She may look meek, but she's got strong spirit sense, sharp instincts, and courage. Plus, quite the brain to back it all up. That said, I can't help but think there's some kind of darkness following her around. You're on sale for really cheap. I really recommend the remake of the third game. The third is actually one that I don't know all that much about. The ones that I do know about, so I know, I've watched, the first Resident Evil. I've watched Resident Evil 4 as well. I know a little bit about 6 and 7, but not like a ton. Is it 6 and 7? Or is it 5 and 6? 5 and 6, I think. And then 7 and 8 I watched and I liked a lot. which is why I'm really excited for 9, to be honest. Yeah. It's usually easier to let Erio do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. It'll be quicker if I take the reins this time. But he did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case. Okay, did I talk to everybody? Michio, what happened? Okay. Forensics is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there are too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good to have Mio look around the scene too. What's that rope all about? It indicates where Mr. Jonouchi's body was found. They've moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all ugh. Cool it, Edio, you're scaring her. This kind of stuff is too much for a little kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think? I knew it the second I looked at the scene, you're right. Traces of a curse still linger here. I figure as much. Does that mean Mr. Jonouchi was killed by one of the curses of the 7 mysteries? Yes, a strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No, I have heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop it, Mr. Tsutsumi. She's going to get the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing. Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally. You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. Each game is about $5 if you want. 4, 5, 6 should be a tenner for the triple pack bundle. Oh, sick. I will think about it. It would be pretty fun to play through all of them on stream, to be honest. Hey boss, Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene. What is that? A ribbon? Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen this ribbon before. You have? Go on then. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear. What? Does that mean Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely, I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. Then, did she come back to life somehow? But how? Hey, yo. What the heck? If I was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go? That's the question. She got her revenge on Jonouchi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against? Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision? If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry, you were a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Nejima and Mayu Chozawa. It might be worth to check Michio's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here. Got it. Thank you, and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Idaishi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss. Well, let's get going whenever you're ready. Let's go! Let us go onward. Oh my god, we have new scenes. Yay! Okay. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Jun Erio. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting me or putting me down.
So, you two are detectives?
This is my client, Mrs. Haruhi Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself. Oh my god. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners.
A bigwig named Shigima? Boss, you know of this guy?
Shit, I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons.
There's no need to worry. I am my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that.
You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull.
Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto.
How lovely. Keep it up.
Just hold on 1 second. This is the first time I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. What brings you here, Richter? You want a case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year?
Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruhi Shigima from the kidnapping case.
Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Minesada Shigima's grandson was kidnapped.
Which must have been your son, ma'am?
Indeed. The story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part.
Alright. Have a good night.
Most of the investigation was conducted in secret, and unfortunately the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never called the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right, an individual connected to the case used to live around here.
Used to?
That's right, as of last week they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we'd figure we'd try again.
Interesting.
It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice.
Well, I do consider the police my people. So you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well as he.
By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
And that is?
Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything?
I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me.
Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assume they were talking about you, investigator? Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul drugs to perform the rite of resurrection? And these curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo? It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get this situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us?
That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into all this. But if we're talking shady characters, there was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Harigesui Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Iraishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive. You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely. I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty now. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by any chance? You knew? I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason. If you said anything after saying you were heading to sleep, that probably didn't come through. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh right, Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right, he died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio? Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want your full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonouchi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet, but the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we've found point in that direction. Testimonies? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true, then... Did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai. Huh? Kankichiro Iwai, he'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we ask. Screw that. You know how long that would take? We can ask for permission later. Richter? Oh my god, who the hell is Kankichiro Iwai again? I don't remember. Kankichiro Iwai. The common law husband of Michio Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi. Oh. Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just... Oh my god. I bet he's super dead inside that house. Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're the same as always. Everyone, come quick. Look at this. Yeah. Bro's dead. Damn. Isn't that Nejima in the background? Holy shit. Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best. It's got to be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Erio, did you find Jonouchi's body in the same state? Now that you mentioned it, it looked as though Kohei Jonouchi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curse to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? Okay, good night. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that. And if she's alive, then... is she pretending to be Nejima? Ooh, what the heck. My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point, but do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michio Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Oh, I have a feeling. Ha, I see. Very well. Congratulations, you are correct. Oh my god! There's no way! There's no way, so... then... is the... As expected, you got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. I suspected something was weird with that whole thing, but like, bro, I don't know what this means though. Is the thing is I guessed correctly? I guessed correctly, but I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean? Oh my god. Hold on. I need to breathe for a second. Oh boy. That is crazy. Okay. Alright, let's go. What? So you really think Michio Shiraishi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Idio, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Huh? Whoa, now. Hold on, these photos. These are all of Fumika Nejima. Gross. Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. There's even more pasted up over here. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nejima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. It's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumika Nejima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? These aren't just cut from publications. They even snapped a number of shots of their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. Look at these pictures. Look at these. Pictures of Fumika Nejima cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put this up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shiraishis are somehow connected to the Nejima case? Perhaps they did this so as to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all this too. Do you think he might have something to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either. You don't say. That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found a hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say. You were the kid from back then? You were really brave. You did a great deed. Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumika Nejima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole, I wonder who put the idea into his head. And now he's got the one-sided read, too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumichika and Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so. The person who put all these... Oh my god! Hey! You missed? You missed some stuff. Most significant of which is that Eryo and Tsutsumi talked to the high school girls and got a bunch of information. They basically exchanged all the information that they knew with each other. Tsutsumi and Eryo seem to believe that the janitor guy is Nejima, who is currently missing. They're like looking for him and they can't find him. And then Tsutsumi and Eryo ran into Harure and Richter in the alleyway. And they exchanged information as well. So now they're mostly on the same page. The only thing is that Harure has kept it a secret that she has a curse stone. So Tsutsumi and Eryo don't know about that. And now, we suspect that Michio isn't really dead, which is something we've already thought. Like, there's been a lot of mention of her. So we ran into, like, her house and, like, broke in. And we broke in and we have found, Michio's, stepdad, like, dead. You can't see it in the frame right now, but he's dead at the moment. And there's also this wall full of photos of Fumichika and Nejima. So, that's crazy. Oh, sorry. I didn't read any of that. The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Nejima. They might have had some relation to Nejima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... Okay, yeah, you see, the... dude's dead. Oh, right. So, after it was revealed that we, like, found this corpse, in Michio's house, okay, this is crazy. Hold on. This is a little crazy. We went back to the storyteller, and the storyteller asked me a very interesting question. The storyteller asked me, where was Michio Shiraishi at 8 a.m. this morning? And I had a little inkling in my brain that she was at the candy shop where we started it off with Yako this morning. So I clicked that, and that was the correct answer. Do I know what that means? I think I'm supposed to suspect that Yako is actually secretly Michio? Perhaps? I don't know what that... I don't know what that means. I know we suspected possession, but I'm beginning to suspect that maybe... I don't know. Maybe Michio didn't die. Shrugs. So, I don't know. I'm not really certain, basically, if the answer to the mysteries is going to, like, lean full supernatural, or if it's going to be somewhat realistic, you know? So, like, yeah, like, I'm kind of on the boat right now that Yako is actually Michio. Like, she's pretending to be Yako, basically. But I have no clue. I have no fucking idea. There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all of these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. The sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time, they're useless imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my, who knew the chief inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. The girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone is attempting to perform Western black magic in this place? Pretty absurd if you ask me. Yeah, you're welcome. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy 70 minutes. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. It looks like the things spread around here have been like this for quite a while now. This ritual or whatever was something he attempted up to recently. Is that a typo? Anyway. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard some strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think EY was doing the chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shidaishis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. It'll be a pain. Oh my god. These books? It'll be a pain. Oh my god. I guess not the books yet. Decorations. There are candles and stones with inscriptions placed all over. Are these tools for some ritual? EY is Michio's stepdad, yeah. Hey, don't touch anything. Ah, that's right. Consider this a murder scene. We ought to leave everything as is. All of this can be used as evidence. If anyone besides forensic toys with it, it'll cause trouble down the road. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankichiro EY. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have had... Oop! Oh my god! My mail is here! One sec. Ah! Hear me. I'm back. I've been waiting for this package all day. Oh my god, sorry. My office is a hellish mess of con prep right now, so, sorry. Hold on. Let me open this real quick. Where are my scissors? Sorry, just, mail opening ASMR real quick. I got like a tablecloth for my okay. Yay! Oops. Is there anything else in here? Okay. I got these cable clips to use for my charm display, which I've changed like 3 different times now, but I think I finally settled on something that will work. So I'm gonna do that later. And then I also got sticker paper because my laminator came in today, and I'm going to try and home make some scissors using my laminator. Oh my god, this this thing came so beat up. Okay, here we go. It's my sticker paper. Oh my god.
Hold on, I wanna look at this real quick. You hear the crunch? Sorry. Sorry for the crunch. I'm going to test this. Actually. Like, oh, okay, I see. I see. So I'm gonna print it on this side, and then if I laminate it, okay. Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna be doing that after stream though. Sorry for the interruption. Let's go back to the murder. Okay. Oh, hello, Meanie. Oh, speaking of which, before I continue, you probably saw on Blue Sky already, that's... Wait, did I even post about it on Blue Sky? Oh, I didn't. But I made a waiting room for it already. I plan to do a hand cam stream tomorrow instead of PARANORMASIGHT. Mostly because I'm so excited about my laminator, and I thought it would be fun to do like a hand cam stream of me like working on some con stuff. So I plan on doing that tomorrow. The only thing is that I'm currently trying to figure out what my setup is going to be, just because I use a webcam, right, for VTube Studio. That's how you're seeing me right now. Hello. But I'm gonna need it as well if I want to do a hand cam, so I can't use it for both at the same time. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I might just have my Fugi up, worst case scenario. So my model might not be up, but we'll see. I'll figure it out. The alternative is I figure out how to use my phone as a camera and like hook it up to film that way. So yeah, I'm gonna figure it out for tomorrow. Anyway, let's continue. I heard he had a criminal record, so I assume he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look too closely. It's amazing. Amazing? Girl, are you okay? This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right. Edio isn't here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in there. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find some kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see. Thank you anyway. Okay, did I look at everything? Window? With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. They said it looks like the body was like this since yesterday. So yeah, did we figure anything out about the janitor guy yet? Well, Tsutsumi thinks that it's Nejima, but I don't know. I don't really buy that at the moment, so. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. You'd think this EY guy was studying them, perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. EY doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? Let's see. I had a theory he's the wizard guy a few people have mentioned. I think the wizard guy is the storyteller, personally. Yeah.
I also think that the storyteller is the wizard guy. Also, he could... Hello? Oh. The storyteller could also potentially be Mio's, sensei. Mio's, like, teacher or whatever. The person who's been teaching her, like, spiritual stuff. Those are my two guesses. They could also be the same person. Oh, right. They also, said that, like, the leader of the paranormal affairs, division, like, at the police, Tsuzumi said that, like, he rarely comes in, so people rarely see him. So I think that also is a potential candidate, for the storyteller. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think it's that I'm much better at theory crafting. It's really just that I have, I don't know, I guess a more narrative game designer perspective on things. Like, I tend to think of, mysteries in a visual novel in a very game designy way. Because there's generally a train of logic that you can follow. That would make sense based on how things are presented. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm like decently good at figuring out where certain things are meant to lead your brain. But just because I'm able to figure that out a little bit ahead of time doesn't mean that I'm really good at figuring out, like, the end point of it all. Like, the thing about, like, me guessing where Michio was at 8 a.m. this morning was really just a hunch. It just felt obvious that is, like, the main candidate. Of who it could be. But, like I said, I don't even know what that means, so we'll see. According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again? This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection? Like the rite? I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably EY's. A journal? I need a sippy. His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh, wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So, this Kankichiro Iwai fellow, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So, he was into black magic from the start. He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound familiar. But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Nejima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not coincidence. It seems like Iwai took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Nejima of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Iwai had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nejima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nejima murders. Yup, it's been a mystery to us from the very start. Whoa now, wait just 1 minute. Do you think... No way! Are you saying... That's right, the murders might have been a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nejima. You've got to be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but EY had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nejima and EY were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You telling me that this nutjob did it for all some... You're telling me that nutjob did this all for some hokey pokey resurrection? Shit. Resurrection? That means there must have been someone Nejima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it. That has to be it. Fucking hell, it all makes sense now. It does. Hello. Oh, they don't know that he's a paranormal cop. No. But what is it? So, about the Nejima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl. Looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So was Nejima the father? He told us he'd found her under a bridge. He found her? She was abandoned? I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. Who's this baby? 6 months old. And it was 20 years ago. So they must be 20. No, but Yoko is Titsumi's kid. Right? What other girl could it be? Michio? Yako? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna keep reading. I don't know what's happening. I suppose there are those cases with dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now? Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. Yeah, I remember all of that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. Goodness! That's horrific! He killed her? And dismembered her body? And we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation. Haruhi, maybe you should leave. Maybe you should listen. Is it okay to be talking about all this shit, like, while there's, like, a normal-ass civilian in the room? Like... Anyway. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Why should... Anyway. Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child, and that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right, and here I was thinking he was only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector? Yeah? What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Don't mean to derail the conversation. There's still more written in EY's journal. We know EY had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol Nejima while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, he thought he could make some money if he could successfully use the use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. It was the only... What? It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsuya Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps? So that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she would even throw her money at the occult. The places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into the rite of resurrection as well. That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the witch of Hihaku pounced at the rumors of the rite of resurrection. It's starting to sound more likely. You know someone we don't know anything about? Right now, we don't know anything about the tall guy. That tall man, the tall mysterious man from like the beginning of the game that like had a stare down with Shogo. We don't know anything about that guy yet. And might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's that all about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think EY took payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? No, you can't mean... You've realized it then. Perhaps. Huh? Fumichika Nejima's living sacrifice was a child? Oh, I got the wrong name, I think. Iwai moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth resurrection spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young. Yeah, okay, I got the name wrong. It was Iwai who like probably sacrificed her son. So, it was Iwai. This man... Iwai worshipped Nejima, so he must have also despised Nejima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Nejima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time... Fuck! You got it! Iwai kidnapped Haruhi Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone. Okay. Oh my god, this sprite is so scary. You're telling me then that the horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child? I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted the money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Shirichi. Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid, stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is... Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? EY got in contact with Nejima last year after Nejima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Nejima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishis, it seems most went to Nejima instead. If Nejima is lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no, not that I can tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met with Nejima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up, among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. Wait, no, she's alive! That's right, Michio Shiraishi is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady's not well. Oh my god! There's so much going on! Whew, there's so much going on! Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right, but Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio. Because she killed the kidnapper? There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio is the one killing all of these people, then she must have acquired a sizable amount by now. Soul drugs, I mean. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Nejima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul drugs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. Go, girl. So, I'm counting on you. Oh, girl. Girl. It's almost nighttime. Like, this shit is crazy. Okay, let's see. Should we go? Let's go back to the high school girls. Oh my god. $12 p.m. You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping foot in a cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police. Remember that. We know. It'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Hold on. One sec. Yako, if you would. Right, we wanted to ask you about this. Oh my, a curse stone. An Okame mask, that must mean the Fool's Procession. You two were at the school last night? Damn, there of all places? Yako, you're one of them? You're a curse bearer? Please calm down, Mr. Araishi. Your reaction is too intense, it's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? It's just, a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about these curse stones. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well versed in this matter. You're the only one we can count on, Mr. Araishi. Won't you help us, please? Oh, am I now? In that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask. Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and 7 Mysteries curse stones happening now? Oh ho, taken an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origins. Mr. Raishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then, do you know of the ancient Omnyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? Miss Kurosuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know? Well, he may not tell us anything if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. Well, you see, we just have such an intellectual curiosity and think it could really help your research. I see, now that you mention it. Seems like he's reluctant to answer. Then how about... then, what does the record of fates that you've been researching say about the Rite of Resurrection? Oh, I see, that's what you want to know. Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the record of fates. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper. Yeah, okay. The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little-known onmyoji called Seiman Tsuchimikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman Tsuchimikado. I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed onmyoji family, but was split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in records. Or so it is written in the Record of Fates. No, the wizard guy's name is Gamyodo. Something Gamyodo. Or wait, was it Seiman Gamyodo? Where would it be? Would it be in here? No. I think it was something Gamyodo. As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself with this forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family, and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are the writings of Seiman recorded on the road to Edo. I see. Okay, hold on. We gotta check something real quick. Sorry about that. So he wrote how to perform the rite itself. The Rite of Resurrection makes use of Abe no Seimei's specialty, the Taizan Fukun ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. It uses soul drugs to replicate the soul of a dead spirit that has been called. Oh wow, I never knew something like that existed. Thus, it is thought that the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul dregs in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then, when the soul drugs are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Record of Fates end there. There's no more? What about the 7 mysteries or the curse stones? There's nothing written about them in the Record of Fates. The curse stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. Huh, that's similar to what Mio said, actually. Okay. How are the 7 mysteries related to the rite? Excuse me, Mr. Aishi? What is it, Miss Kurosuzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It said that the rite of resurrection and origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? You really know your stuff, but about that. That was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh, really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly, rather. It's not a complete fabrication. There is a basis for it, and that is, well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple of students so passionate about this topic. Thank you. This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Record of Fates. It was just after Seimon arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. And that is the only remaining reference. The 9 dead are the people who died in the 7 mysteries of Honjo, because there are 9 mysteries actually, and all of those mysteries involve somebody dying. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and it has long been a subject of my research. I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Seimon's rite of resurrection? Yes, that is how the Record of Fate ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first, Seimon brought the rite of resurrection to Edo. We can assume by this point that Seimon was likely using a different name. Then, in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party and prevented it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of events. So that's how they're connected. Then, if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul dregs necessary for the rite. And there's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the cursed stone. Resentful memories? Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtain your curse stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. Oh, I did. Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involve dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which in time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries. Thus, gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together, it will reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Huh. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's procession, Yako. Ugh. Mio, should I? Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Okay, Mr. Araishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's procession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yagura tower at a festival. Interesting. It's not that one then. Not that one? What do you mean? Among the 9 victims of the Honjo incident, that is to say the 9 cursed echoes, one of them is Seimon himself, or so I suspect. Huh? Seimon was one of the victims at the Honjo incident too? Meaning an Omnioji as powerful as him also became a curse echo? Right? It would make sense that the curse stone tied to a curse echo like that would be special. The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo. Mio. Then maybe with Seimon's curse echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing. Sorry. Mr. Araishi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I have learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. Of course, the most important are the Foot Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Foot Washing Mansion. An Onmyoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seiman, I'm afraid. A female Onmyoji who sought the right of resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seiman. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. That detective did well to escape this one. So a female Onmyoji and rival of Seiman was involved in the Honcho incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is from a craftsman of Netsuke carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The right of resurrection. Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seiman. If I could collect all the memories, everything will be revealed, and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they may not even find the other curse bearers, so I must make measures of my own. Another thing. Yes? You never really finished what the trigger for all of this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, right? How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It would be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today, they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Nejima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen? I won't allow potential hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Araishi, please, tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given to the Record of Fates by a woman. A woman? Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice? I said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the right of resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far as wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen at my feet. 1 month? She specified the time period? I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity. I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then. It must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all this. Hence, I went public with the Record of Fates. Hihaku and occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Huh? Hihaku? As in Hihaku soaps? Right, I mean, no, that's not important. Just some personal business. After that, I waited, trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. That's when the curses began. Those are all the details I have. Very well. I've told you this much. I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? About Seiman's Record of Fates. There's a sort of continuation to it. Another document called the Record of Fates Yin Scroll. In continuation? Actually, a section written in Seiman's own hand was appended to the manuscript. According to which, after the Honjo incident, Seiman lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul drugs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Miss Sakazaki? Do you think my information is inaccurate? If Seiman died in the Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Seiman possessed? Of course not. He could use the rite of resurrection. Oh, you're telling me Seiman used it on himself? The rite of resurrection can be carried out in advance so that it activates when the soul dregs are gathered together. Then, is it not possible that Seiman himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place? But he'd still have to collect the soul dregs he needed to use the rite. Yes, and that's why they died, the 8 others besides Seiman. What? They died in the Hanjo incident for their soul dregs? That sounds like it's the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories, to learn the truth. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Seiman's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the 2 documents became separated and the scroll's location as lost as the family line branched. Seiman had descendants, so there's someone out there related to him by blood even now? Yes. In fact, I've tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known Omyoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of the manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they weren't aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. I'm sure you do. So basically, in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, Seiman himself wrote about the ways to handle the curse and the rite, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but haven't found a single lead. So if you two find anything about the other resentful memories or Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. Oh my god, that's so much information. That is so much information. Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well. Alright, creepo. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's so much information. We've learned a lot. So, to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the rite of resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation. But even Mr. Araishi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. So, Mio, what are we gonna do next? Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Tsutsumi. We got a pretty big clue from hearing about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Mr. Tsutsumi might know more about it. Should we go back to the school then? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Whoever's behind that voice that gave Mr. Araishi the Record of Fates, that must be a mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. Huh? You don't sound like the Yako I know. Then let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? I guess I'm just not feeling that confident right now. I understand. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Oh, you mean where Michio... Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers, even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must be hard to have to be reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me, Yako. Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Though, now that you mention it... That day, I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a little bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. Maybe, yeah, she might be possessed. I don't know. I think possession is so boring. Well, that's all I was wondering about. Thanks. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female Omyoju who was a rival of Samon. Excuse me, you girls over there. Namigaki? Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaro Namigaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot-washing mansion. The foot-washing mansion? So you're the one Inspector Tsutsumi was talking about? You already know the Inspector Tsutsumi. That makes things simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey. You're in the driver's seat. Yako? Yes. Wait, what? Just now, she was so possessed. Sorry. Mr. Namigaki, what might the matter? Is the people in the truck that killed Michio, was it Yutaro and his girlfriend then? Or, well, not girlfriend, art student girl? Right, I actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something with us? You were talking about Michiro Shiraishi, right? It's related to that, huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What should we do? Oh, yeah, we suspect we found out how Michio died, I guess. I guess we don't know for sure. I think we should go to the school first and talk to Tsutsumi, to be honest. Sorry, but there's something we've got to take care of. We'll have to pass. Hello? Is that so? Well, that's too bad. I'm in no rush, so I'll be waiting at Ryogoku Bridge if you change your minds. Why did he look like that? Like, so suspicious, you know? Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight. That shit is crazy, brother. That shit was all so crazy. I would continue, but I want to get some art stuff done. So a lot of revelations happen. I'm pretty sure we're nearing like the end of this game. I have a feeling that we're nearing the end of this game, to be honest. Maybe 1 or 2 more streams will do it. I was gonna stream Paranormasight tomorrow, but like I said, we're gonna be doing a hand cam stream instead. And then I will probably be doing an art stream on Friday. So I think the goal will probably be to finish Paranormasight on the weekend if I do a gorilla stream. But we'll see. Yeah, if anything, I'll post it on Blue Sky, what my plans are. But, thanks for hanging out with me. All of this sure was crazy shit. Fuck. This game is so fucking good. This game is really, really good. It's insanely good. I'm excited to get into it more. We found out a lot this stream. So thanks for hanging out with me. Okay. Bye-bye.